Badgers, welcome to the KCC SPIN Studios from Building 2. We are excited to you guys see us and we see you virtually somehow today. So we are. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. Hope you guys got everything you wanted, and if anything, you guys are just alive and healthy, and you are tackling this winter term. It was a busy winter term. There was a lot of little hiccups that happened, but we are here. We're at the end of second week. So, I mean, just think of it this way. Now you got only like 9 weeks left and you're almost done. I mean, it's almost spring break. So hang in there. You're rocking it. Anyway, so keep going. Keep pushing through. This is all worth it at the end. So we actually have a special guest today, and we're going to talk about this cool thing that happens at KCC and a little bit of its history and why we do this. But it's a pleasure to introduce Linda Williamson. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Oscar. Thank you.
We're excited to have you. I'm excited because I am a graduate of KCC, and I did the business administration program, and Linda was my instructor. So what you see is a product of Linda. It's what I've become. No, but Linda, thank you for being here. We're excited to have you here. How about we start with maybe you just telling us a little bit about you, maybe how long you've been at KCC, what the teachings you teach.
Okay.
And then just let us know a little bit about you. Our podcast, we are aiming for new students, for some parents, and sometimes, I think you're a parent, sometimes as parents, we just want to know a little bit more about where our students are going, where our kids are going. And although, at this time they're about 18 or older, but I think it's always good to at least know what kind of environment they're going into, right? And we have a lot of online students, so this is reaching in YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. So just tell us a little bit about you, whatever you want to share, just a little bit about, what you do here at KC.
Okay. Well, and it's funny that you mentioned about new students seeing this and getting a sense of us. I had a guy yesterday stop me and said, "My gosh, everybody at KCC is so nice." And it was just so nice to hear this from a young person. Right. So thank you for having me on here, Oscar. I'm thrilled to be part of anything related to KCC. So my name is Linda Williamson. I have been here 20 years. This is my 21st year. I am the program lead for the business administration program. As Oscar mentioned, graduate of that. Our program has emphasis areas in management or marketing. We have certificates available. We focus on lots of the legal stuff and the fun stuff like marketing and all those things that you need to really have under your belt if you're looking at a career related to management or marketing. A lot of the students in my program are interested in owning a business. Yeah. So we work very closely with our Small Business Development Center, and a lot of students are co-advised between both of those. So I teach Intro to Business, which is so much fun.
Yes.
Every term I have students who come in and say, "I can't wait to take this class to learn how to own my own business because I want to take every Friday off and be able to, retire after 5 years." And wow. I look forward to dashing those dreams.
Wow. Yeah, that's intense.
But we do. We cover lots of stuff in there. And then we have classes in management and marketing, tons related to the different components of marketing and human resources. We've just added a human resource certificate, human resource management certificate. We have a project management course with a certification available. So we really try and stay plugged into the industry so that we're training people in the content and the skills that employers want. So that's kind of what I do.
It's amazing. I remember taking your class and we had to do a SWOT analysis on a business, and I think I chose Starbucks. We're not sponsored by them, but and it was interesting. It made me think a lot, and now as I'm living life and doing things, I always refer to that project when I look at a business or when I see something. Nice. And the other thing I was going to mention to you is setting SMART goals. So something that we learned in your Intro to Business class. Recently, I sat down and I was trying to have a team meeting with my team, and I looked at myself as a supervisor. How can I improve? And, I caught myself probably going back to some of those administration, those classes and project management. I said, I have the tools inside. I just need to, bring them out and put them on paper. So, I was able to, just go back to some of the stuff, and it's helped tremendously. And I'm not saying that because she's here. It's really, it really helps. And that's the biggest one I try to sell now because of so much. I lived it, and I think it's a great thing. It's a good foundation to have. the thing about it too is I love everything about business. I love the marketing. I love, like I said, I was one of the ones that said, I want to do the start of the business and do this. And I remember you said, you don't need a degree to start a business. And I left so, like, my mind was blown. I was like, what kind of instructor is she? She's telling me I don't need a degree. And I was so confused. And I was like, this is weird. But I understand it. Like, I get it. I get what you're saying. So, which leads us to the next point. So, you guys, or we have here at KCC, but you help with it along with other people, the Badger Venture,
yes,
right? Which is like, I'll give my brief explanation, but I'd love to hear more about it and then how it works and what it is. But it's kind of like a Shark Tank of ideas type of thing. Like, you compete and come up with something creative with it, right? And I didn't know about it till after I got done with my schooling at KCC, but man, if I would have known about it when I was doing it, I would have came up with something terrific to do. But yeah, no, so I hear a little bit about it, and I know that I love your shirt. This is Badger Venture.
Yes.
And I've seen it on the website that it's on our front page. Yep. But what does that mean, and what does that mean to students?
Got it. Okay. Thank you. We waited till you were done before we put Badger Venture in. Okay.
I wanted to win, and I know there's a competition, so I'm a little competitive.
You are a graduate. You still could compete.
Oh, now I'm interested. Now I want to know more.
Well, thank you for asking. So, Badger Venture, and can I talk a little bit about the history of it, how it started? So, years ago, we had a business club. We had a very successful competitive business club for many, many years. We were the college level version of FBLA.
Oh, okay.
We were PBL. Yeah. And so we traveled all over. We went all over the nation competing, did well. But as time went on, we found that the students who had that energy and that desire and wanted to be part of it also were the students who had jobs and families and really busy lives. So it was getting harder and harder to actually make those trips and do the prep we needed to do. So we thought, rather than that type of a structure, let's find some activity we can do once a year that can engage students beyond the business program as well, and also be something they could take with them, they could carry with them after KCC. About that time, Kat Rutledge, who was the director of the Small Business Development Center, she was working with Oregon Tech on their Catalyze program. And it's a once-a-year event, a competition. So talks just kind of got moving, and pretty soon we came up with this, hey, why don't we do our own version of it called Badger Venture? In fact, we work extremely closely with Oregon Tech on it. There's some overlapping training and such for the students there. They can compete in ours with a KCC student. Actually. But so Badger Venture started a few years ago, and then, of course, the pandemic hit. So that kind of shut things down for a bit. But the idea behind Badger Venture is it's a pitch competition. So if you've seen Shark Tank, thank you for mentioning Shark Tank. Again, they're not a sponsor of our...
Not related.
Not related. But the idea is that if you bring forward a business idea or an idea for an invention, and what we really try and encourage students to look at is just to see something that needs to be improved, that could be fixed, there could be a new version of. What's a niche? What's something that's missing? What's a problem that could be solved? And then translate that into an invention or a business idea. And I'll give some fun examples in a bit, but you pick one of those. And then we have an info session in a fall term just to kind of get word out. This month, January, is our kickoff for Badger Venture, and it's January 30th. There's flyers everywhere. It's all over the website. But so the kickoff is when you would actually go hear more about it, learn the details, learn the timeline, and then make a decision if you wanted to compete this year. If you do, then you would sign up, and then immediately after that, there will be a team orientation. They'll go over all the rules, all the structure. We'll be feeding you, by the way, so come.
Okay, I'll be there. there.
Food. Come get food. I think they're doing a baked potato bar.
Oh,
yeah, it
I
should be
love
fun.
potatoes.
It should be fun. But the idea is that we want you to walk out of there feeling confident about where you want to go. The competition isn't until April. So in between January 30th and April, you'll be working with your advisor at KCC. You'll have a program advisor. If you're in the business program, it could be me. But you pick who you want to work with, who best connects with what you're doing. You'll also be assigned an advisor with our Small Business Development Center. Why that is so unbelievably helpful is because they will help you put together a basic business plan. They'll also get you access to research resources that you need. And again, that is all great stuff that you can take with you after you leave. We've had several students who created their business plan as part of Badger Venture.
Right.
And then after they left KCC, we're still pursuing that still working on. Yep. So we'll work with you on pitch coaching. You'll work with professional pitch coaches, so you'll learn how to pitch your idea to an investor. You'll get access to training on how to protect your intellectual property. Those attorneys are expensive.
Yeah.
If you want to meet with someone on how do I protect my idea, we'll train you on how to do that. So the information that you get, the training that you get is really incredible.
Right.
And then in April, at the competition, if you've decided to go all the way through, you and your team would present to a panel of judges. It's open to the public. Folks' family always comes. It's always fun. And you have 7 minutes to pitch. So that pitch training becomes really significant. Can I share some examples?
Yeah, sure. That's what I was going to ask you for
fun.
examples. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had fun. So the very first year, our winner was Wyatt Paul. If you've had met the Poor Horse Cantina, mobile cantina guy, Wyatt Paul, he's got a mobile unit behind Human Being on South 6th Street. Recently purchased a catering business in Merrill, but Wyatt has awesome breakfast burritos and such. But he competed. He won our first year with his business and then was able to use the money that he won to continue to grow his business. Since Wyatt, we've had a variety. We had a team of guys from welding and ag who came up with a tagging system for cattle that was different than what was on the market. We had a young gal in our auto program who was little. She was little, and she couldn't get into some of the areas to work. So she designed this tool that was different than what was on the market, but it was a problem. She came up with a way to fix it, and she won that year. We've had amazing examples of folks from different programs. It's not just business. Again, it's all over. This past year, the team that won the business competition, they had a really clever idea that if you like camping, if you want to camp, but you don't maybe have room to store all the equipment, or you have family coming in and you want to camp with them, what do? You don't want to go buy a bunch of stuff.
Right.
So they came up with this business idea. You would coordinate with them. They could even make your reservation at the campground. They would go set everything up, all of their equipment. You would be renting it from them for that period of time. When you were done, they'd come pick it up.
Wow.
How clever is that idea?
Saves a headache.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure. And then the gal who won our invention competition this past year, Gabby, incredible amount of work went into this. She worked with our apprenticeship folks. She worked with our welding folks, our manufacturing folks, came up with this wall unit that you could use in your homes for a variety of things. But it was called a posy wall. Gabby won at our competition and then went on to the state to compete in the invention component at the state called Inventor. She placed third at the state. We were thrilled. And won People's Choice Award.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. The judges said they walked around. That's where the audience gets to vote. So not only at Badger Venture, but also at Inventor at the state, there's always a People's Choice. The audience gets to vote. So many people voted for Gabby's team at Inventor. They saw the basket of overflowing tickets and just stopped counting. So she walked away with several $1,000 awards, lots of publicity, and is pursuing creation of her product.
Wow, that is exciting.
Yeah, wonderful example.
You would think, something like that in little KCC or Klamath Falls, right? But that is just hearing the names you said, Poor Horse and all these different things. I'm going, wow, this is some of that stuff started here and continued. I heard about the digital tagging. And then I heard about Gabby as well, which is amazing. The camping, that's a great idea. I hate backing up a trailer and doing all that. And then you're trying to communicate with a partner and it's like, can you hear me? So, that'd be great. So Linda, what do they find out more on the January 30th?
Yes. Okay. So January 30th is our kickoff. It'll be in Building 7 in the middle of our campus.
Okay.
So show up. It is at 5:30.
5:30?
5:30. Come check in. We'll have food. And again, there's no obligation to come in. I had someone catch me the other day, and they thought they had to bring their idea, have a prototype of it here. Yeah,
okay.
No.
That's what I was going to ask, too. Do they have to come with something ready? Okay.
Nope, they do not. Thank you for asking. Nope. So just come. We'll go over all the requirements. You'll meet the people who are involved. They'll talk about the structure, the timeline, exactly when different things are due.
Okay.
And then if after that you feel like, yeah, I'm ready, then we'll ask you to sign up, and then it gets you in the system so we can stay in contact and you can be assigned your advisors. Stan Pence, who runs our manufacturing program, is very upfront about they've got the 3D printer, they've got the CAD machines, they've got all of these awesome things. So if you have an idea for an invention but absolutely no idea how to put it together, Stan's people can help. That's what they did with Gabby.
Wow. So worst case scenario, you come up with the idea, maybe you go far and win, or maybe you just see your idea come to reality, right? So a couple questions. One, do you have to be a student?
Yes.
Okay.
But not a current student.
Okay.
So you have to have completed at least 12 credit hours at KCC by the time of the competition.
Okay.
So if this is your first term, winter is your first term, chances are you will meet that.
Yeah.
And so you do need to have those credits under your belt and be in an actual degree program. Graduates can compete. Graduates can compete for quite a period of time, I believe. You also can involve a partner from Oregon Tech, EOU, other of our partner
colleges.
schools. Okay. Yes. So there's opportunities to work with folks from other schools as well.
Okay. How big can the teams be?
We've never had a team bigger than probably 3.
Okay.
A question we often get is, do I have to have a team member? Sometimes folks really want to kind of protect.
By themselves,
Yeah, do it themselves. And so we've made the change last year that you could do it on your own.
Okay.
If you do have the invention idea, you're going to come up with a prototype and you want to go onto the state, I believe that their rules this year still state you have to have a partner to go onto the state. We try and teach people you can't entrepreneur on your own.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing, but if I've got a great idea for how to make a pen, that's super, but do I know anything about marketing or financing or how to get the materials? Yeah. So it's good to have a team.
That's good information. So Badger Venture, it's an exciting event. I think just going to find out more information about it would be beneficial. You'll be able to connect with people. Maybe right now you can't think of it, or you're watching this like, I've been bouncing this idea. Just come and find out, right? You don't really have anything to lose. You get some coaching, you get some training, and then do they have to buy into it for anything? Like, do they have to buy to participate on this event? Is there a charge, right?
Nope. So, no.
Worst case scenario, you walk out of free training and professional development. So I encourage you guys to be there. I'm going to try to be there too to make sure you never know what idea or something might spark you. You might hear somebody's idea and spark you to do something. Badger Venture, January 30th, Building 7, 5:30. If you want to know more about it, where do they find something on the website?
Yes, it's all over on the website. I think the best thing to me is just to put Badger Venture in the search bar.
Oh, yeah.
Click it, and then you'll come up with all kinds of information, including the timeline, the bylaws, actually the same information you would have on the 30th. If you do want to participate, we do require that people participate on the 30th. Come so they're connecting. And Oscar, can I mention one more thing?
Yeah.
You mentioned something really important about an idea. If you're interested in this, but you don't have an idea, please come.
Yeah.
Because there's several suggestions floating around. Stan is an idea machine, and he can give several right off the top of his head. So there are opportunities to participate even if you don't have that idea when you walk in. In addition, and I didn't really mention, there are several levels of prizes. ASKCC sponsors the People's Choice Award. Yes. So there's different awards, money to walk out with as well.
At the beginning. Awesome. All right. right, Linda. Well, thank you for stopping by today. We appreciate it. Time flies when you're talking. I mean, it's, I don't want to miss this opportunity to ask you this, Linda. We are targeting, like I said, anybody that wants to watch, right? But our goal is really to make students feel comfortable. As a faculty, 20 years, you've been here for a long time. That's why everybody knows you.
That's not always good.
but what is one advice that you would have? But think about it this way. We might have parents watching this, and we have new students or maybe even high school students watching, going like, I'm in debate about KCC. What would be one thing you would say if you had a family here, parents, and a new student coming to KCC? What would be your best advice?
You're going to limit me to one.
What's a couple things that you could say?
Okay. I would probably say, first off, recognize that we're here to support you. A lot of the people I talk to are afraid that they're not going to be able to read our schedules, figure out where their rooms are, know exactly what program they want. We have mandatory advising. So, and your parents, if you are working closely with your parent is welcome to come with you. I meet with several young people and their parents, and we talk about the degree, the program. If as you're talking, you say, actually, I'm not sure about business. I'm kind of interested in accounting. Let's go find Lacey, the accounting program lead. And so I think what you'll find when you connect with us is that we are 100% committed to helping you meet the goals you have. And if that means changing your degree, if it means taking a couple sample classes here, we will do whatever it takes to make you feel like you're getting what you want in the shortest amount of time as possible with the least amount of money as possible. And we'll also work with you on transfer. Most of the people who I talk to want to go on to the university. And they don't realize, especially, my goodness, with Oregon Promise, if you're eligible, but there's so many great transfer agreements so that when you transfer on, your classes go with you. So we really are a great place to start. And you'll find resources around every corner.
Yes. Thank you so much, Linda. I think it means a lot. Sometimes, we have a lot of people that come to the podcast, and I think you're one of the first faculty we actually had. We had a dean, but I think you're the first faculty we've had. So congratulations to you. All right, guys. Well, that's our time. So Badger Venture, January 30th. Be there. Find out information. Like I said, sometimes people say, well, there's nothing going on in Klamath, or there's nowhere to get involved. There is. You just got to look for it. So we'll see you guys next time. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Oscar.
Thank you.